Tough conversations can pop up anywhere, whether it's in the sword alley, the pickup cab, or over supper at the kitchen table. And let's be honest, navigating those talks can leave everyone involved feeling frustrated, unheard, or stuck. That's why I created a free guide, Handling Hard Conversations, 3 Steps to Creating Space for Clarity, Connection, and Mutual Respect. In this quick and practical resource, you will learn how to pause and ground yourself before your emotions run wild, validate both yourself and others, building trust, and how to ask honest questions that lead to real connection. These 3 simple steps can help you communicate better and keep your relationships, whether it's with your family, your crew, or your spouse, strong and steady, even on the hard days. Download your free copy today and start moving more smoothly through those hard conversations with confidence. The link is in the show notes, so go grab it now. Here's to drawing good movement.
I'll carry you, you carry me, we'll help each other through it. Come on and see, good movement draws good movement.
Welcome to Good Movement Draws Good Movement, the podcast where farmers, ranchers, and rural folks can grow relationally through awareness, understanding, and effective communication. Hey, it's T. I'm your host, and I, along with my guests, will be covering topics related to drawing good movement. Things like self and social awareness, brain science, positive psychology, extending grace, and so much more. We'll share tools that can help you understand why you are the way you are, why others are the way they are, and how you can use that to step out of self-told lies with grace and compassion to draw good movement in conversations, relationships, and life in rural America. Let's go draw good movement. Welcome back to the Good Movement Draws Good Movement podcast. If you listened to last week's episode, you know that we talked about a different sort of let them theory, the let them theory where you let your kids see you being human. And one of those things that we talked about was let your kids see you apologize. Let them witness that. And so today's episode is based on a personal story that just happened recently surrounding apologies. So a few weeks back, I was feeling like I needed to apologize to our middle daughter. And so I did. I apologized to her for something that happened almost 7 years ago. It was summer 2017, and we had just come back from a short vacation up to Rapid City where we saw Mount Rushmore, we did Storybook Island, we went to Reptile Gardens a couple of times. And while we were at Reptile Gardens, the whole family was playing in the playground area. 3 out of the 5 of us were inside the crocodile that, it has its mouth open and the kids and people can climb through there. And so our son, our youngest daughter, and my husband, well, Tom, I don't have to say my husband because you know him, it's Tom. They were all in the crocodile's mouth. And I was wanting to get a picture. So I was yelling for Tinley to come over and she's not coming. And it's a pretty small play area. And this other mom comes up to me and she's like, I think your daughter just fell on the canvas bridge. And so I walked over there and sure enough, she come to find out was running across the canvas bridge. And upon going up the other side, she tripped and fell and whacked her head on the planks there. And so she got a very nice unicorn horn on her head. And the bruise came out a few days later. She was fine, other than she had this unicorn horn and a bruise that came out a few days later and ran down her face, and she had 2 black eyes. So this is what she's looking like as this story that I'm about to tell unfolds. So we'd just gotten back. We were back a few days. I was mowing, the kids were playing, and the next thing I know is our oldest is running up toward the mower, and he's very worked up and he looks very scared. So I immediately shut down the mower and I asked, what is wrong? And he says, we took the training wheels off Tin's bike and she fell off and knocked her tooth out. And a few things went through my mind immediately in that moment because in the year of 2017, he was only 7 and she was, well, actually, they were 6 and 4, about to be 7 and 5. And they had taken her bike down to the shop and taken the training wheels off themselves. So I'm scared, one, because she knocked her tooth out. And two, I have this strange sense of pride that our kids are able to do those kinds of things. But I ran inside the house to find her sitting on the chair with a kitchen towel wrapped around an ice pack held up to her mouth. There was blood, but upon further inspection and investigation, I discovered that she had only bit her lip, and that's where the blood was coming from. It did look like it was coming from her tooth, but it was her lip, and all of her teeth were intact and none of them were loose. So after I discovered that everything was fine, I sternly said, your dad told you not to take the training wheels off your bike, and you did it anyway. So dry it up. And she did. She dried it right up. Now, you, like her, might be wondering why I apologized after all these years. I could have just let it go. She remembered the incident, but even she was like, why are you apologizing now? And I will tell you what I told her. It's never too late to apologize. I wasn't wrong to be concerned for her safety, and I was very concerned for her safety. But I was wrong to shut down her feelings in that moment. She was hurt, she was scared, she was looking for comfort and not a lesson. And instead of sitting with her in that, I told her to dry it up and shove it down. 7 years later, I see it so clearly. What she needed in that moment was connection, not correction. She'd already received the natural correction in falling off the bike and busting her lip. So, 7 years later, I told her I was sorry, not just for what I said, but for the message that it sent, that her emotions were a problem instead of something to feel. Maybe you've done the same. Snapped, shut it down, told your kid to dry it up. Maybe you were scared too. Maybe no one ever modeled apologies for you. So it feels weird, awkward, weak, etc. But here's the thing about apologies and what they do. They rewrite the story. They repair the damage that's been done. And it's not about being perfect as a human or a parent and getting it right all the time. That repair is so important. So apologies repair, they build trust, they show our kids that emotions aren't dangerous, and they model humility, accountability, and hope. So it's not about being perfect. Again, it's not about being perfect. It's about being willing to circle back. And again, when we go back and repair, we teach our kids that it's safe to be human. We teach other humans that it's safe to be human. So it's not necessarily just apologizing to your kids, but just apologizing in general. Obviously, there are times when, we apologize and it's not necessary. Like, oh, excuse me, sorry, the Midwest thing we do. But when an apology is necessary, it's so healing for both parties when the apology happens. Every time we say, I see you, I'm sorry I missed it, it gives us the opportunity to heal the relationship, to repair the relationship. And you don't have to wait 7 years to apologize, but even if it has been 7 years or longer, there's still time. It's literally never too late to apologize. And it's never too late to start showing up differently. So if you think back and you can think of some situations where maybe you should have apologized, or maybe it was a spot and an opportunity for you to apologize, I just want to encourage you. It's not too late. And with that, until next time, draw good movement. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful for you. If you found value in this episode, I'd love for you to share with others who might also benefit from tuning in. Share by word of mouth, send it in a text, take a screenshot and post it on social media, or share however you prefer. And if you haven't already, hit the follow or subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Until next time, draw good movement.